You own 40 vending machines scattered across 6 states, and the woman who cuts your hair every 5 weeks has no idea. Neither does your brother. Neither does the guy who waves at you every morning when you take the trash out. You're not hiding a secret life. You're just a person who fixes a jammed coin slot on a Tuesday and goes home to reheat leftovers. It started with a broken ice machine at a laundromat you didn't even own yet. You were there washing a comforter that didn't fit in your apartment's machine, and the vending unit against the back wall had a handwritten sign taped to it. Out of order. Sorry. Nobody had fixed it in what looked like weeks. You asked the attendant who owned it. She shrugged and said some guy named Pete used to service it, but nobody had seen him in months. You wrote his name on the back of a receipt and went home. It took you 3 days to track down Pete's number. It took him 90 seconds to tell you he was done with the vending business entirely, that his knees couldn't take the driving anymore, and that he had 11 machines sitting in random locations that he'd honestly forgotten to think about. He said if you wanted to take over the contracts, he'd sell you the machines for $400 each, cash, today. You had $900 in your checking account. You bought 2 of them. The first machine you fixed yourself, watching a 14-minute video on a phone propped against a toolbox. A stuck spiral, a bad sensor, $40 in parts. You restocked it with sodas and chips bought at a wholesale club 40 minutes away, using a hand truck you borrowed from a neighbor. The first week, it cleared $61 in profit. You remember the exact number because you wrote it on a sticky note and put it on your fridge, then felt embarrassed about how proud you were of $61 and took the sticky note down before anyone could see it. Nobody saw it. Nobody was ever going to see it. That was the whole point, even before you understood that was the point. You bought the second machine from Pete's stash the following month. Then you found a listing for 6 units being liquidated by a company going out of business, machines sitting in a warehouse for 8 months, still boxed. You got all 6 for $1,100 because the seller just wanted them gone. You didn't tell anyone about the $1,100, the same way you hadn't told anyone about the $400, the same way you wouldn't tell anyone about anything that came after. Your cousin Danny leases a truck. Not a used one, not a modest one, a truck with financing that runs $740 a month before insurance. He posted a photo of himself standing next to it the day he picked it up, arms crossed, sunglasses on. 41 people liked it. You liked it too, because that's what you do. You drive a 2011 Corolla with a check engine light that's been on so long you've stopped noticing it. The mechanic says it's the oxygen sensor, that it's nothing urgent, that you could ignore it for years if you wanted to, so you do. The car is paid off. It has been paid off since you bought it used, for cash, 6 years ago. It costs you nothing except gas and the occasional oil change, and every month that Danny's truck payment leaves his account, your Corolla just sits there in the parking lot being quietly, boringly free. By month 8, you have 12 machines. By month 14, you have 23. The growth isn't dramatic. It isn't a montage. It's a spreadsheet you update on Sunday nights with a cup of tea going cold beside the laptop, tracking which machines need restocking, which locations are underperforming, which vending contracts are coming up for renewal. You've learned that a machine in a break room with 40 employees does better than a machine in a lobby with heavy foot traffic but no captive audience. You've learned that hospitals and auto repair shops are reliable. You've learned that gyms are inconsistent because half the people walking past are actively trying not to buy what you're selling. Your accountant is named Priya. She's been doing small business taxes for 16 years, and she has a specific face she makes when a client's numbers don't match their presentation. A slight tightening around the eyes that says she's seen this before, and it rarely ends well. She does not make that face at you. She makes a different face the first time she sees your full ledger, one you can only describe as recalculating. 41 machines, she says, flipping through the printout. Across how many locations? 33, you tell her. Some places have more than 1 unit. She asks what the combined net comes out to for the year. You tell her. She writes it down, then looks up at you the way people look at a lottery ticket they're not sure is real yet. You drove here in that Corolla, she says. It's not a question. Yeah, with the check engine light. It's the oxygen sensor. It's fine. She doesn't say anything else about the car, but you can tell she's still thinking about it 3 weeks later when she calls to confirm a filing detail and asks, almost as an afterthought, if you've ever considered buying something nicer. You tell her the Corolla gets you where you need to go. She laughs a little, the kind of laugh that means she stopped being surprised by you and started being amused by you instead. There's a guy at your gym, Ryan, who talks about his investments the way other people talk about their fantasy football team. Loud, specific, aimed at whoever's closest on the mat next to him. He mentions a crypto position, then a friend's startup he put money into, then a watch he's thinking about buying as an appreciating asset. He asks what you're into. You tell him you've got some vending machines, a little side thing. He nods, already moving on, already scanning the room for someone with a better answer. You go back to your set. You do not correct the impression that you're a guy with a hobby and a couple of soda machines in some break rooms somewhere. That impression is worth more to you than anything you could say to change it. The moment somebody decides you're not interesting, they stop watching. And the moment they stop watching, you're free to keep doing exactly what you've been doing, machine by machine, contract by contract, in a corner of the economy that nobody at your gym is competing over. Your sister calls in October. She's renovating her kitchen and needs $8,000 to cover a contractor deposit that her savings won't stretch to. You could send it before the call ends. You could send it from your phone while you're still holding it to your ear, and it would not touch your life in any way you'd notice. $8,000 is roughly what 11 of your machines generate combined in a slow month. You don't send it right away. You ask her questions first. What's the total project cost? What's her timeline? Does the contractor have references? Is there a payment schedule that protects her if the work stalls halfway through? She doesn't have answers to some of these, not because she's careless, but because nobody's ever walked her through what to ask a contractor before signing anything. You spend an hour on the phone helping her build a list of questions, and only after that do you tell her you'll cover the deposit, and that she should pay you back whenever. No rush, no interest, don't even think about it. She thanks you like it's the biggest thing anyone's ever done for her. It isn't, not in the way she thinks. It's 11 machines worth of a slow month. You don't tell her that. You'll probably never tell her that. Some things are better left as a number only you know. The email that changes how you see all of it arrives on an ordinary Thursday while you're standing in the parts aisle of a hardware store trying to figure out whether you need a size 10 or size 12 coin mechanism spring. Priya's subject line reads Q3 Summary, Full Portfolio. You almost don't open it right there in the store, but something makes you tap it open between the shelves of hinges and drawer pulls. 40 machines now, across 36 locations. Net income for the year crossing 6 figures for the first time. Clean, documented, entirely built from equipment that most people wouldn't look at twice in a laundromat or a break room. You stand there under the fluorescent lights with a coin spring in one hand and your phone in the other, and nothing about the moment feels like the milestone it apparently is. Nobody in the store knows. The guy restocking hinges 3 feet away doesn't know. Your phone doesn't buzz with congratulations because you haven't told anyone there's anything to congratulate. You buy the spring. You drive home in the Corolla, check engine light still glowing steady and orange on the dash, and somewhere on the drive it occurs to you that this is exactly what you built, on purpose, one overlooked machine at a time. Not a story anyone would stop to hear at a party, just quiet math, running in the background of an ordinary life, month after month, whether anyone's watching or not. And nobody ever is. That's the part that makes it work.